glad in it. Anytime the sun is out, sit back and relax while we share our travel journey. Life Outreach, 4716 Harrison Road.
The Word of God says in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 12, "Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets."
Hey y'all, praise the Lord. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, my name is Dave, and I'm glad to have you here with us today. Now, today, I'm hoping to keep this as a quick little video, but I want to talk about the announcement Chevrolet made back on the 17th of the E-Ray Corvette. Now, if you don't know what the E-Ray is, that is their all-wheel drive hybrid Corvette. Now, when people talk about hybrid, they automatically think, oh, it's a economical car. And this here is the farthest thing from it. This was built for pure performance. And it seems to be pretty amazing. Now, I've watched Chevrolet's videos and a couple of the YouTube influencer videos because apparently Chevrolet's already put it out to where the YouTube influencers could see it, touch it, and take a ride in it. They didn't get to drive them yet, but they got to ride in them. And apparently this thing is a beast. It's pretty cool. You got the Z06 body, even though it is the outboard exhaust exit instead of the Z06 center exit. But it is the outboard exhaust exit, but it is the Z06 body. And they're using the standard Stingray LT2 495 horsepower motor in it. Now, before we go any further, this begs for me to ask, is this meaning we're being shown right now that there will be a C8 Grand Sport? The way Chevrolet has done the Grand Sport model in the past, they start out with the base model, then they bring out the Z06, and then after that, they combine the two. They give you the Z06 body with the base motor, and it is a fraction of the price of the Z06. You get all the looks, of it, but at a fraction of the price because you don't have that motor. The motors have always been, the expensive part of that. So, is this telling us we're going to see a Grand Sport C8? Comment down below to let me know what you think, because this has all the dealings of that. Now, I haven't heard. I've only heard of, the Stingray, the Z06, the E-Ray. I've heard talks of a ZR1 and or a Zora model. Now, not sure which model the Zora will be, but I kind of believe that the ZR1 may be the the LT6 that's in the Z06, 670 naturally aspirated horsepower motor. It may be that motor in the ZR1 with twin turbos from the factory producing 800 plus horsepower. Not sure. That's rumor mill right now, but some people that in the know is kind of alluding to that. Is the Zora going to be the all-electric model? Not sure. And will the all-electric model be all-wheel drive? Questions that we have. So this E-Ray, it is a all-wheel drive, high performance hybrid. Chevrolet has done some very neat stuff from what I've seen from their videos, where they hide the battery packs, where the motor is for the electric part of the car. Um, it's engineering. It blows my mind. I stumble over my words because looking at this car, thinking, "Wait a minute, that's good old fashioned Yankee ingenuity doing that here." Years ago, I had a little keyboard war, if you will, with I don't even know where they were from, but they were talking all the smack about Bugatti and their what is it, V16 four turbos doing like 270 miles an hour or whatever. How awesome that car was, and this and that. And I was like, yeah, what about good old fashioned Yankee ingenuity? I mean, Reeves Callaway with Callaway Engineering took a 1988 Corvette with its 8 cylinders and put 2 turbos on it. Now you can see that. Made 898 horsepower and did 254 miles an hour in street trim. And that was in 1988. Didn't need 16 cylinders and not 8, no, 4 turbos. So they were like, ranting on about how Yankee ingenuity, but I struck a nerve because let's face it, half the motor, half the turbos, and you're doing almost the same amount. There's a lot to be said for that. So for Chevrolet from the factory, not a option that you can add on to the car through a different entity, because the Callaway cars you could order through your dealership. You bought the Corvette, and when you ordered it, you checked off the B2K option, and then your car went to Callaway Engineering in Old Lyme, Connecticut, and got its treatment and then delivered to you. No. This here is E-Ray ordering straight from the factory. Chevrolet designed it, built it, come up with it at an amazing price point. That is the kicker. And we'll get to the price point here in just a few moments. Again, I'm trying to keep this short. But anyways, so this E-Ray, it is incredible. Just from what I've seen on the video. The electric motor powers the front wheel. It's hidden behind the front trunk, or the frunk, as they call it. You don't lose any luggage space. That's pretty awesome, I think. But they rated the electric motor at 160 horsepower. You go and combine that with the 495 LT2 motor that they're using, and you get 655 horsepower out of an all-wheel drive. It is a performance car, not an economical hybrid like other hybrids we have been used to. This thing will sit and get. I mean, 0 to 60, they're claiming in 2.5 seconds. That's fast. Even the quarter mile, they're saying is 10.5 seconds. Now, I get it. The Z06 also does the quarter in 10.5 seconds. It's blistering fast. That's all there is to it. But with the all-wheel drive, that kicks in on your road courses. If you're doing, what do you call them, the slaloms. I'm losing track of the names of the different little things that you can do, from in the parking lot, racing the cones and the clock, to your full-blown road course, track days and things like that. That's where the all-wheel drive is really going to shine. Watch Speed Phenom as he tested one of the Chevrolet Z06 fleet cars. And he seems to be a pretty darn good driver. watch what he does up there at pit race with the car not even being used to it, and then also check out his car, his other one of his other videos of where Chevrolet invited him to. I think it was a Laguna Seca where he was in the passenger car with Ron Fellows driving, the one and only Ron Fellows, and check out. I mean, the capabilities of the Z06 on track, and to think this car should be amazing beyond that level. Um, it's blowing my mind. 655 horsepower for an all-wheel drive, and even the tires. Chevrolet worked, they said, with Michelin to design a all-season high-performance tire. Hold on, all season? Yeah, they expect you to take this car not out on just the beautiful sunny days, but when it's cold, raining, even in the snow. One of the engineers that the video I watched with him talking, he was like, "Yeah, we took it in the snow, several inches of snow," and he goes, "I didn't think we'd get anywhere," but he was amazed by the car. So they expect you to take it out to the ski resort. So that's kind of a cool thought too, because I've seen a C8 with those ski boxes on the top, and I kind of like dig the look. They put custom wheels on it, and not just the factory wheels, but it's kind of a neat look to me. I kind of like it. But anyways, they expect you to drive it. But these tires, they said, will handle the all-season high-performance tires will handle 1G of force. Wow. 1G back in the day was like a super, super high thing to achieve. And that was in the lateral turns, handling a G of force in a turn. And that was out of your high performance, summer only, almost race tires. That was like the benchmark. If you could do that, your car was like incredible. Now they're making tires that are all season capable that will do that. And Chevrolet did say that, hey, we also, had them design a tire and a summer only performance tire that will do 1.1 Gs. Now, because I don't track a car, I could not ever justify spending the money because tires are not cheap. I know the BF Goodrich's that I have on my C4, they are, according to BF Goodrich, an ultra high performance all season tire. I can replace them at like I think it's $177 a piece, and that's not cheap to me. And I know these tires here are much more than that. So I couldn't not being a track guy. Now let's go back and talk about that very quickly. Do I want to go out on the track? Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun, but not to do it as a focused car. I want something that I can go and enjoy some spirited driving, maybe go to the drag strip, and just kind of fool around a little bit. And I've done that with my C4, which I'm hoping that this spring we're going to do something to make it a little quicker. But anyways, I don't do track days, so I wouldn't need that. But I want something that would be great as the quote unquote grand touring car. Jump in, have the performance, but the comfortability. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk, especially when I'm excited about something and trying to get it all out. My mind is racing 100 miles an hour, but it doesn't keep up. But the grand tourability, comfortability. There we go. I want a grand tourer, that gives the performance, but the comfortability to take it for a longer trip and still enjoy some performance. Spirited driving, like when we went up to um, Bowling Green, Kentucky, late last year. I kind of wished I paid attention to the weather forecast because I would have taken the vet over there and enjoyed going through some of the mountains that we had to go through. Um, but I didn't, so we took the Sorrento, but it was also more comfortable. Um, but hey, the vet is comfortable in its own right. Um, that's the type of car I'd want. So I could not warrant spending the extra money for a whole nother set of wheels or tires, um, for point 0.1 G. So Michelin's all season high performance tires for this car to me is just insane as it is and would do me just fine. But hey, to each their own, because I did notice, but I didn't check it out on what it entailed, but they do offer a performance package for the E-Ray, which I'm sure are carbon fiber wheels and some other things. But what you get for the money that Chevrolet is showing is amazing. And a quick thought, I said that, you know, the car does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, faster than the Z06 by a tenth of a second. The quarter mile is 10 and a half seconds. Understand that's a benchmark that, you watch enough movies or you talk to enough people. People are always constantly talking about, you owe me a 10-second car or I have a 10-second car. That is a darn fast car. And to think that the factory is putting that out. I mean, that's quick. And we got these people that will improve on that performance, I'm sure. LMR probably will, Emelia Hartford and others. They'll put it out there. So so I can't wait to see that. But what you get for your money is amazing. Um, I mean, look, you can look at it here. Um, the 1LZ car, look what it comes with. Standard carbon ceramic brakes. It comes standard with carbon ceramic brakes. On the other models, those are all options, and they're big dollar options. Comes standard on this. Magnetic selective ride control. Again, optional on others, and it's a reasonable price, a couple $1,000 for what it does. Comes standard. Of course, for the coupe, the removable, hard top or Targa top, heads-up display. You get a heads-up display. In the other models, you have to have the 2LT or 2LZ or the 3LT, 3LZ to get that. Leather wrapped steering wheel. And here's another biggie that is standard on just the entry level 1LZ. Rear camera mirror. They mount a camera up on the back of the car, and you can either use your mirror as a traditional mirror or you flip it and it turns the camera on so your mirror has an actual camera view unobstructed by anything on the car. So you get a better idea of what is behind you, what's coming up on the sides. It helps reduce blind spots. Pretty amazing for a 1LZ car. Now the 2LZ car, and Chevrolet is saying that is starting, as you can read right there, just under 103. Now, pricing may obviously fluctuate, may go up by the time we actually see them on the street, but that's what they're saying, under 103. That's cheaper than the Z06, and you're getting that performance and a lot of upgrades for less money. Incredible! The 2LZ car comes with everything you just heard, but it also comes with your wireless charger. So you just set your phone in the pocket right between the seats on the back wall and in charge. You get the 14 speaker Bose Performance Series, the upgraded stereo. Now, I have a Bose stereo in mine. Now, that's a 1994 model. And I did put a different head unit in, but I left the Bose speakers, and had the picked up the wiring harness, connect it, and for them to work. I'm just blown away with even my 94 speakers and how good they sound. So I can only imagine now, and that's only a four speaker system, the old traditional, big cone for the woofer and the small tweeter, and um, I can only imagine what this 14 speaker system sounds like. Incredible. The PDR you get on the 2LZ, the performance data recorder. Man, I wish I could get my words out. But anyways, that is pretty cool because you can run those as just a dash cam. So that way you can, have some evidence in case like you get involved in an accident because somebody pulls out in front of you. Or it might be incriminating evidence because of how you were driving. Hey, but we'll leave that up to you. For the track guys, it will give you all the information you need to know: steering input, braking, throttle, your lateral G forces, when you hit the gas, when you hit the brakes, um, the course you're on. It has so much to it, and I was just scratching the surface there. But it's a really cool feature. Heated and ventilated seats. The heated seats is my main thing. Ever since we got that Sorrento, when we first turned on those heated seats, Sweetness and I looked at each other and we were like, how did we live without these? I love heated seats. So you get that. And the high def front and rear vision cameras. Those are obviously important because it helps you park your car and hopefully not tear it up because you're not paying attention to what the camera's showing you. And then the 3LZ, you get all that. You get the GT2 seats with the Napa leather and carbon fiber trim, the custom leather wrapped interior, the suede microfiber wrap upper trim pieces. They're all finished off, so it's an incredible, nice looking. It really shows quality, and it rivals, any of your exotics or your high end luxury cars. They just look fantastic. And unfortunately for me, because I want one specific interior color, and I would have to go with that 3LZ trim level or the 3LT on the Stingray, just to get that one interior color. Um, for me, it would be worth it. Some people say, I don't need all that. I would like this. And, hey, again, to each their own. And that's why they have all these different levels. You get an amazing amount of car for the price. And so, real quick, I'm going to show you a couple pictures here that I was able to find through Chevrolet. That so that way I don't keep you too long. But I do appreciate you guys, hanging out and watching this with me, and hopefully you get excited like I am. I can't afford the car, no, but being an enthusiast, I love this. This is exciting because this is, to me, good old fashioned Yankee ingenuity showing the world what we can do. Because let's face it, so many people have always wanted what we call the exotics. And, well, when you're in Italy, a Ferrari's not an exotic. That's just, their, car. But we've always wanted these exotics, these high end, performance cars, whether it's Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche. And yes, it is Porsche. That's the guy's name that founded the company that started it. It's not Porsche, it's Porsche. But anyways, we've all wanted these other type of cars, and look what good old fashioned Yankee ingenuity is doing. It's amazing. Now, one thing I did notice, the C8s have always had a black body blade standard, and then you had to opt, if you didn't like it, to go body color. But everything I have seen, these are all bodied color. As you can see here, trying to remember what gray they call this a specific color gray, but it's all bodied color, and I'm kind of digging it. I do like the black body blades, but they do have to do something different to set it apart. Um, and take a look at those wheels. I love that design. I think it is super cool. And Chevrolet must have heard the people because they do not offer a polished or a chrome wheel for any other model, whether it's a Stingray or Z06. But this here is called a high polished wheel, and here's a better view of it. Um, I think it looks fantastic. Golly, why won't they do that for the Stingray, where more people can afford that? I would love to, if I bought a Stingray, to have chrome wheels on it. I like chrome wheels. Um, Here's a picture of the Brembo carbon ceramic brakes. It's still blowing my mind that that's in a 1LZ car. In the lowest trim level, it comes standard. Amazing. Now, I'm not, as you know, people that have watched me, I'm not a fan of stripes, racing stripes or anything like that. For some reason, I don't know, I didn't get into it. I know Jason over at Front Seat Driver loves his stripes, and well, praise God, enjoy them. Again, to each his own, and that's what makes our car culture so awesome. Is all these little things that we like. Um, it makes it where it's not, we're not all driving the same, square four-door black car, where everybody's the same. We can show off our personalities through them. So I think it's kind of cool. But the photos in the video that I saw with their silver and these blue stripes, something about these blue stripes. I mean, here's the picture from down on top. I think that is looking cool. The front three-quarter view, that something about that particular silver and blue. I love it. Here it is head on. I do like that. Now, do I like it enough to where I would order that if I could order one of these E-Rays? I don't know. I'm still my white, exterior car in the 3LT or the 3LZ with the natural dipped interior. That's what I like. I've now started looking at it with the red brake calipers. I think that just throws a little hint of performance look, the chrome badging, and this would be great to have chrome badging along with those polished wheels. Wow. Um, how cool, especially with the chrome exhaust tips. I mean, all that would work together in my eyes. I would love something like that. But look how awesome these stripes do look. Um, and here's a from up top three-quarter frontal look down. Um, the stripes carry right through it. That is a nice looking car. Golly, the nice looking car. And even um, the interior, they did not skimp out on. That thing is pretty awesome. As you can see in the picture, there are some other info that's up there on the screens that you may or may not want to look at while you're driving. Um, it's pretty crazy. Now, one thing I could not find a picture of, and we're going to end with this, but the technology that they put in this, like I said, is amazing. The performance, amazing. Price point, amazing. Starting out roughly at 103, right? When you go to start this car up, you have to choose which mode, normal or stealth. Normal is what you think. it fires up that V8 behind you. Stealth is really cool because what Chevrolet has said and shown is you start up in stealth mode, it activates only the electric motor, which turns the car into a front wheel drive. Think about that, a front wheel drive Corvette. Uh, but anyways, but you're allowed to drive the car in electric mode for up to like 3 or 4 miles, and it will go up to 45 miles an hour. And then at that point, the rear engine will integrate in and start up, and then you're back under gasoline powered, but you're able to get up out of your neighborhoods quietly. Um, so, I mean, how incredible is that? It's just what they're doing is pretty amazing. Um, and I just I can't wait to see one. Hopefully at Corvettes at Carlisle, they have them up there to where we can touch and sit and and all that. Um, it's going to be super cool to see in person. Can't wait. They said should be out by the end of the year. They'll start putting them out then as a 2024 model. This is incredible. Um, a hybrid Corvette, all-wheel drive. That opens up so many doors for an all-electric, all-wheel drive. I'm guessing. I'm not sure I'm ready for an all-electric car, but we also know that we do have a ZR1 supposed to be coming. We just haven't heard exactly when or what the real details are. Uh, this being a Z06 body with the base LT2 motor in it is kind of screaming to me that, hey, are we getting a Grand Sport model in the C8? A lot of questions, but anyways, leave a comment down below. Let me know, what you think about this E-Ray. And let me know, you think we're going to have a Grand Sport? Because I think that'd be kind of cool. Everybody loves the wide bodies of the Z06s, and the Grand Sport's a great option without the cost. But also, let me know what you like. You like stripes? Don't like the stripes? What about the new colors? There is a green, there's a gray. Let me know what you think about those. And if you would, don't forget, hit subscribe and click on that bell notification so that way you get notified every time we drop a video and you don't miss anything. All right. Well, anyways, a little longer than what I wanted, but I have so much to say because for me as an enthusiast, I am excited over this. So anyways, we love you, bless you, and we'll see you next time. Shut off! Shut off! Shut off! Shut off! Oh, it's not gonna. I gotta lift up my hand. Oh, I gotta do something. Oh, yeah, I can do it.